use the,
Put your makeup on, Arthur.
yeah, fix your eyeliner.
Michael.
Okay, sometimes there are things that are really common sense, but we don't practice them or we don't think of them the right way. So these masterminds are a little. I'm sorry, what happened? Okay.
Another meeting.
I'm sorry, I just needed to mute YouTube. Okay, so these masterminds are a reminder for us to follow certain practice, to do the right things. Do you have any comments, Cynthia or Arthur, about last week? Anything you noticed? Any new practice you started doing other than the affirmations concerning strategy? No.
Nope. No.
I just feel like my strategy is working well for me is read when my mind is relaxed, and I can really focus on what I'm reading, and then I read faster. You know, not only am I absorbing, but I'm reading faster, and I'm truly enjoying what I'm reading. You know what I mean? And so I'm absorbing, I'm enjoying it, and it relaxes me to know that to be learning. So it's working out for me. I'm enjoying reading more than 2 minutes. I'm 15 now, 20, 25. So.
Okay. That's good. When, are you scheduling your reading times?
Yes, usually when I get home. When I get home, I sit down for about 30 minutes and, just relax, sit down and focus just on my reading, and it's working well. Or I get up when I get up early, when everybody's sleeping, there's no noises, I sit down on the couch and I do the reading before I work out.
Yeah, it's the best time for reading in the morning when everything is calm, no phone calls, nothing. You are just involved in the book and reading it. Shall we start with today's session, or do you have any more comments? Yep, fine.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. I just wanted to say that I've been looking forward to this session since Tuesday. I actually woke up Tuesday morning and I thought it was Thursday, and I was like, all right. But then I realized it was Tuesday, so it seems like it's been forever. So anyways, I'm really looking forward to it, and yeah, I just wanted to say
wow, wow, that's great. Good to know.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Yep. Actually, today in the morning, I had a session with Best You Expo. I registered as a speaker, and the funny thing, I wanted to talk about how to overcome pain to succeed in our journey to success. I didn't know that I will be talking this session when I am in pain. I wanted to talk about my journey as an entrepreneur and the struggles and the pains that we pass through, the rejections and all the things. But I didn't know that I will do this speech when I'm already in pain, when I'm already feeling like down and overwhelmed with very strong emotions. And it was a reminder for me that I have to stay strong, keep going. I have responsibilities. I have people depending on me. I need to overcome these feelings and control them. And in this session, this is what we'll be talking about. Good management of bad experiences lead to growth. When we are facing certain pain in our life, either it was a pain of failure, rejection, uh, disaster like what happened right now, how we manage this bad experience, how we are growing. Pain introduces us to our strength, to our power. A lot of women, in the book, John Maxwell talks about a woman called Cheryl McGenius. Her husband was the pilot in the first plane that hit the World Trade Center in 9/11. And she was a stay-at-home mom. She was just taking care of her children, and like this, she became a widow, responsible for her kids, and she needed to get over all this pain and be in control. So she said, before the 9/11, I was very lazy. I was very dependent on my husband. And after 9/11, I know that I have only one choice to take, is to be in control and keep going and succeed for my family. So when was that time that you felt that you passed through a problem and you were really surprised by the power you have in you?
Well, man, let's go back to 1990. I said 19. I mean, I'm not going to be as graphic into it, whatever, but I'm just going to say that I was literally 21 years old, and I had a graphic scenery. I mean, I had to. It went from a conversation to someone's life actually being changed, and it was that moment. It was that moment when I looked around. I mean, and just to be around 10 or 12 people and watch how they just always just not didn't know how to act, and I just jumped into it. It was like taking the action and understanding what I needed to do in order to understand that the split decision I was going to make was whether going to depend on that guy living or dying and stuff. So I mean, once we got through it, I mean, on the aftermath of it, going back and having to take a drive back for 2 hour drive back in the sand, it was just trying to really figure out now. It's like, how to manage that. I mean, and to see something and then figure out how to just deal with that, knowing that that will forever be part of my life and stuff. So I mean, I think the one thing I had to really understand was that I had no control over it, because even if it's a long story and how I felt like I was the reason why it happened, but then realized that really I had no control over it. And then trying to figure out, how can I manage that pain? How can I still continue to focus and get through my daily requirements without always feeling guilty and stuff. So I think the first thing I had to come to grips with was I had no control of that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it took place under my watch, I had no control of that. So I think first trying to recognize, you understand, hey, I guess understand that you had no control, or whether you did, is like it happened now. Now, how can you move? How can you move forward with it? So to me, it was managing the fact that it was managing my mindset that helped me get through it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. A lot of usually bad experience in our life, we can't control it. We don't like it. We don't like when it happens, and at the same time, we can't control it. And a lot of things we wish that they didn't happen, but actually they help us explore a lot of strength in ourselves. I'm sure after that day you became a new person. You discovered new power on you, even though this pain is still there, maybe till this moment of this experience, but it brought out another character in you that is building up to be successful right now. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was only one of the ones that happened during my time frame. So that's why sometimes I have a hard time really connecting with people. I mean, I correlate a lot of things with, no one died. And to me, I mean, it's like it's the experience I went through in life. There's people lives that's been dramatically affected, and some is not even here, but I am. So who am I to get kind of? So when I look at things in the business or in my personal life, I say, you know what? Somebody else will wish they had this. So why am I complaining about it? I'm breathing. I'm living. I'm walking. I get to see another day where I look at things I went through in life where people don't have that. So to me, I based my whole life, a lot of things. Now, when I came back, I said, I wouldn't, how dare somebody ever complain about things in life when they got a chance to change? They got a chance to breathe tomorrow. And that person, so I try to tell myself that, hey, Roth, you know what? You get a chance to change tomorrow. You're still breathing. So what are you really complaining about? So
Yeah.
yeah, it changed my whole mindset a lot. It heartened me. Yeah.
Yep. Anyone likes to share?
I mean, based compared to what Arthur's talking about, I don't think that anybody can say we've actually been through anything hard compared to that. I mean, to me, hearing Arthur talking, I compare to what the difficult situations. I wouldn't say they've been hard; they've just been challenging. So I honestly don't think I've had. I mean, I've had challenging situations and going doing the personal development and always thinking that it could be worse, and sometimes you can only control, there's no, like Arthur said, you can't control certain things, and you just have to accept and do the best of it. And that's how I've been able to, especially lately that I know more about how to control my thoughts. It's helped me get through challenging situations.
Yeah. No, everyone passes through challenging situations, but the good point, sometimes the stronger you feel the strength of this challenge easier on you. So maybe you started feeling the challenge when you already had the experience, build the personality. What's tough on you right now, or what was tough on you when you were still growing up, is a piece of cake right now for you. So the more you grow, the more you build this endurance to hold this pain, the easier it will be. Sarah, you like to share?
I'll just listen on this one.
Okay. Michael.
Yeah, I don't really know that I've done a great job, I feel like, handling pain, or maybe challenging growth opportunities that cause some discomfort or something like that. I guess I would say that when I started my job, my current job, I saw my boss, who was training me, had all these years of experience. I really just saw the way that she commanded a room full of people, and the way that she would break down problems and explain things. And me coming in, I was just like, there's no way that I'm going to ever be able to do what she's doing. But I feel like through time and a lot of, I guess, experience, I've able to do that. Not quite the way that she did, but I think through a lot of maybe some painful learning experiences and potentially even embarrassment helped me manage that. So I would say that's probably the most relevant thing I have in my experience.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question. Do you see life fair? And how
Fair?
you feel about fair? Yeah.
No, it's not. Life's not fair.
And how do you feel about that?
I wish that it was a more ideal world, that was a better place for people. But I feel like, unfortunately, there's a lot of good people, good-hearted people that life probably doesn't treat, equally, just given the circumstances that those people may be in. And I feel like that's unfortunate and a disservice to humanity.
And what's your attitude about that? Like how you approach the situation when you feel you are not treated fairly in life? What's your attitude?
When I personally feel like I'm not being treated fairly?
Yeah. From life. I'm not saying from people. From life in general. Maybe you are passing through adversity, that you are a good person, and adversity happens to good people too, not only to bad people.
I would say that I don't typically feel like I'm a victim, or like looking to others for pity.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if I am in a situation that I would feel like I'm being unfairly treated, I just try to remain humble and thankful for everything that I have received.
Okay. So this is an important aspect to keep ourselves away from the victim mentality. We need to accept that life is not fair. And even though we are good people, maybe we face adversity because of some misjudgments we take during our road, or maybe it happens, things that happen that are out of control. But as long as we don't think about ourselves as victims and have the attitude and keep going on to try to improve the situation, then we will be on the road to success. Arthur, any comment?
You probably read this band here, your thought process. I know what though. To be honest, I don't ask if life is fair. I figure that, you know, we are who we are and where we are based on our current situations or our actions. And I said there's people that are exposed to things that gives them the upper hand to us, and that's just who they are. I mean, they're in the right place at the right time. I mean, I think that, you know, I've always been one to not look to my left and right. And I say, hey, you know what? If I know everybody has, like, why is one people rich, some poor, some have bad health, some people are beautiful, some are ugly, or you know what? I say, you know what? At the end of the day, we have to accept who we are and how we vision ourselves is all that matters. And I understand that, hey, you know, there's never a level playing field. I think that makes us different. That makes us human beings. I mean, if we all had the same opportunities, we all had the same, if everything was level, we'll be bored. We always still feel like there's always somebody else is better than us. So I just think that life just is full of opportunities. And I think that what you choose to do and how you approach it is how you're going to feel whether or not it's fair or not. I mean, stuff. So, I mean, I just try to understand that. I always go back to maybe saying the better version of me and understand that, hey, the hand I've been dealt by, I say, God, I don't know who you look up to. I said, he's given me what he's given me. I just accept it and I make the best with it and stuff. So that's how I see it.
So we all agree we have to reach a point that we should accept what life throws at us, but we have to keep going to try to make the best out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cynthia, do you have any comment, anything to add? Muted.
You got me, Dalida. I believe that I believe that, and again, this is I used to think, oh my gosh, why do these things happen to me? Right?
Yep.
Why is this person here and I'm here? Or it doesn't make sense. Well, now I know is because of I know that the actions that I took and the decisions that I made in the past has taken me to where I'm at now. So, you know, and I based it all, it's all because of me, you know what I mean? And if I would be in a different place, a different situation, because if I would have made different decisions. So, so that's how I feel. I didn't know before. I know now. And so, you know, I was listening actually, if you guys have heard The Secret, I'm actually watching the movie with my kids. And it's funny because I just want to share this real quick. My kids didn't want to watch it. I thought it was boring, mommy. And now my son said, I already watched it, mommy, and it's working. I'm already trying it. Anyway, and one of the, so if you guys haven't watched it, if you want to start with the movie, it's a book.
Actually, I watched it last week. Also, Mia didn't want to watch it with me, so I watched it by myself, but I'm planning to force her to watch it.
Yeah.
It's a law of attraction, Michael. You just talked about it in the email.
And
Yeah,
so,
I'm familiar with Bob
that-
Proctor. I've never seen that though.
One of the guys shared is hard to swallow, to accept that whatever it's happening in our lives is because we've attracted it. And I was listening to it and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, you start literally start to analyze your life, Michael, you should watch it if you haven't, or whatever, anybody. But even now, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's hard to accept it, but that's how that I know now that's what it is. And so I know that whatever I'm at is because of decisions and that I made in the past. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Now I watched the movie and I believe greatly in the law of attraction, but in this situation right now with what's happening in Lebanon, you also wonder sometimes, like, what did these people do? It's just being at the wrong place at the right time, at the wrong time, you know? So it's not like they did any actions that brought this. And this is why life is not fair sometimes. I've been through the same situation 5 years ago. I was going to my work and it happened they decided to bomb the car for a politician right down in the parking of my offices. But thank God it wasn't a big explosion. It's just I was sitting drinking my coffee and I was pushed out of my desk to the door. I like flew in the air. So what fault did I do at that time? I was just going to work. You understand what I mean? So it's life isn't fair. You pass through things. Maybe I was in the place of these people who had the situation yesterday. It's sometimes you reap what you sow. I agree. And whatever you think happens to you. But there's some adversities in life that you pass through. You can't control, and it's not a fault of your own, but it happened. But the power is to accept that life is not fair. And this is what we need to deal with right now. Maybe it's a test from God to know our power. Maybe it will give us great advantage in the future if we know how to manage, and it will open for us great opportunities. So this is the point about pain.
Can I say something? Oh, go ahead, Arthur. I know you want to say something.
You know, I think that you said that you went to work that day and, you know, and all you would just want to drink some coffee and all those things. And you say, hey, you know, but I think this is the thing here. I think we go through things because it's a learning lessons. So
Yep.
sometimes it's to wake us up and to remind us that the little things we take for granted, we shouldn't. So maybe that was a wake up call to go, hey, you know what? The simple, I just thought that just come to work every day and drinking a coffee, I was safe. I thought that I was entitled to that. But that just reminded you that, hey, you know what? Maybe every morning I get up, I'm gonna hug my daughter. I'm gonna kiss my daughter. I'm gonna tell somebody I love them. I'm gonna reach out to, maybe I won't think I'll do it after work because you know what? Today could have been the day that I never returned back from work. So I believe that no matter what happens, is to put us into perspective of something in our mind that we take for granted. We go, you know what? Never again, because that could have been the day. And
Yeah.
you're right, that bomb blowing up. But you know, it's kind of like in like if you go to YouTube and Google the secret, it's 4 hours and 57 minutes long. If you look at the audio, gotta go to bed to that thing, right? And he says, why is there somebody in the plane dies? Why did all the people die in the plane? It's because somewhere in that plane, whether it's their subconscious or their conscious, right? They somewhere thinking about, they attracted that much that the plane had to go down. It's not sometimes what we vocalize. It could be what we internalize sometimes.
And the subconscious.
That throws that out too. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I feel you though. I mean, it's a learning lesson. I mean, and we go back to saying, man, you know what? I'm gonna hug somebody the next day. I'm gonna go home and hug my daughter or my kids,
Yeah.
because that could have. So I feel you though. I know what you're saying, but if we always look back on the day, what nugget did I take from that? How did it
It's
impact?
yeah, it's what you learn and what you change in your life after this experience. This is the power, the attitude and how you manage it. Uh, at the end, as you said, it's the secret. So there's a secret behind this, but at the end, people get what is what God decided for them in a certain way, what they are thinking, what it's all a secret. Let's keep it there. So, do you have a pen and paper in front of you?
I do.
Okay. Great. Good. I need to talk about some painful experiences that are due to growth, like related to the personal growth. And I need you to give a grade to yourself between 1 to 10, and some way, like maybe be able to assess the weak points in these growth factors or in these pains that cause growth. You will understand when I'll start with it. Pain of inexperience. How often do you feel pain because you don't have experience in a certain thing in your life, in a certain aspect?
Are you asking for a scale, or are you asking for how you would rate this?
How much you put a grade to yourself? What note you will write to yourself about pain of experience? It can be great. This is for you at the end. It can be great. It can be a note, an awareness that, you know what, that's right, I need to overcome this pain by learning this thing. Or no, I'm very experienced in the domains whatever you feel.
There should be a statement or a number.
Whatever you feel that give you note that you need to improve. You can grade yourself and then say, note what is the thing that you want to improve in, or what's the weakness. It's for you at the end, but as long as you do the assessment the right way. Pain of incompetence. Difference between experience and incompetence. Experience is something you can learn. Incompetence is something you put yourself in a place where you don't have the natural skill or the gift for this thing. So you are all, like, I want to sing, but I don't have this gift. I'm incompetent with that, but I feel pain that I want to be. So it's an awareness to get rid of this dream. Pain of disappointment. You get devastated because maybe you overestimate something, or you expected something from someone and you become really disappointed. Conflict.
Pain of conflict?
Pain of conflict. Yeah. Is it clear how you are assessing them? The point is just to bring awareness for your growth. And if you want to comment or share any experience, you're welcome. Pain of change. Pain of bad health. Maybe you got certain sickness, certain feeling that's made you aware of your choices. The pain of hard decisions. Maybe you want to be tough on your kids. Maybe you need to stay away from a close friend just because he is negative. So it's a pain that you have to take during your journey to grow. Pain of financial loss. Bad decision in investments. Extra spending that you didn't think about. Bad buying something for no reason. Pain of relationship loss. Am I going fast?
A little fast.
Pain of conflict, pain of change, pain of bad health, and pain of hard decisions. And financial loss.
What's the last one?
financial loss,
Relationships.
and relationship loss. Yes. There is three more. Pain of not being number one. You will always want to be the perfect person. I've been watching a lot of Friends these 2 days just to have a smile. And you know, Monica, she always wants to be number one in everything. So at the end, you are number one in the worst massages ever. As long as she's number one, even if she was the worst in something. Pain of traveling.
What is that one?
Pain of traveling, that maybe you are in a career that you are always want to be abroad, or like in my case, you're by yourself in a certain country away from your family or close friends, just because of growth. You want to grow, you want to expand your abilities, you want to gain more opportunities. Pain of responsibility. Many people like do everything to get to a responsible position, leadership position, but they don't know how painful it is and how hard it is to take this responsibility. I remember when Mia, my daughter, was born, everyone in the family was so happy, so excited about the new baby, because they are enjoying having a new baby without responsibility. Me as a mom, I was happy, but I had this fear inside of me that was giving me some pain. It's a responsibility. It's not easy. And I'm sure every parent felt that. Usually grandparents are so happy with the kids more than the parents, because there is the fear of this responsibility, the worries that you hold when you carry a certain responsibility, whether it was a kid or a new job or anything. So now assessment, how do you feel about this? What did you learn about yourself?
Why is there no pain of loss?
We usually these are the growth, not loss in life. We are not talking about the pains in life, pain in your growth journey. And usually we talked about financial loss, relationship loss, bad health, that is health loss, if you lose your health. And we can consider disappointment. You lost maybe an opportunity, you got disappointed. So it's related to loss, but mainly it's concentrating on the growth factor, not if you lose something in life. Okay, but it includes, most of them, they include a certain part about loss. So what did you learn from assessing the situation? I'm sure you had a picture of your life with each subject we talked about. So is there anything you like to comment on, anything you noticed, any awareness that you had during this exercise?
I'm gonna tell you this, when people always say, I mean, Cynthia already knows this. People always say, I don't know. I guess I hate to say this on live YouTube, but it's not true. I mean, but I guess I don't
Say it.
you know, I'm just be blunt and just say it.
Yes.
You want me to stop YouTube? It's fine. I stop it.
I don't want people. I want people to think I'm.
Stop YouTube.